What's good, guys? Prince Sports here, coming at you with another one. I get my Scruff McGruff look going on. Yeah, I'm trying to grow to James Harden. But yo, check this out. All hell is about to break loose in Brooklyn if not only Kyrie Irving ends up leaving the Brooklyn Nets, but if Kevin Durant leaves, that's another complete story. Because nobody wants Westbrook. Some people want Kyrie Irving, but everybody, I mean everybody, every team will take Kevin Durant. There's no team in the league that wouldn't take Kevin Durant. And he could change the whole face of the NBA once again, just like he did when he went to the Golden State Warriors. Now, there are lots of good options for Kevin Durant to go to, lots of good teams. And they will find a way to pick Kevin Durant on their roster. By hook or crook, they'll put him on a roster if he wants to go to that team and he wants to leave. So, put it like this, the Brooklyn Nets are on the verge of becoming the worst franchise in NBA, modern NBA history, if they could lose two superstars, you know? And here's the funny part about it. If Kevin Durant leaves the Brooklyn Nets, one of the teams that I think he should go to is the OKC Thunder. I think he should go right back to the OKC Thunder. Do you realize the Thunder got 20 plus draft picks, first round draft picks? Do you realize they drafted a guy that could be their future superstar player already? That could be a future all-star. They got good pieces around them, all right? They're going to be the new Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, the OKC Thunder will be the newest threat in the NBA. They're going to be the Memphis Grizzlies 2.0 because they're going to have twice as much young talent. You put all that depth that the Thunder is going to have, and you put KD back in there, they could compete for a playoff spot or potentially championship. If the Memphis Grizzlies could do it, if you add, then Kevin Durant should be able to do it on an OKC Thunder. There should be no excuses for that. And you got to look at how the NBA is turning. There's a lot of teams that know how to beat super teams now. Okay, this whole big three super team stuff, that's done with. Okay, the problem has been solved. Because those three guys take so much up on the salary cap that you're not left to fill out the roster too much no more. So now that when you fill out the rest of the roster, you got to take guys that's on 1-year contracts or guys that used to have it, former all-stars. That could be dangerous, depending on how you stack that team up and how you build it up. But for the most part, people figure out a way to beat that. Give me 2 all-stars and give me a bunch of depth. I could probably beat a super team. You know, that's the way to do it. If you're going to have any way to do it, that's the way to do it. So Kevin Durant is looking out for his own self. But if your second best option would be to stay on the Brooklyn Nets. If you trade Kyrie Irving for a bunch of good role players, you got Ben Simmons and you got tight role players, you mean to tell me all that depth is not enough to get you to the championship? You can't get to the finals with all that? You could do what the Boston Celtics do. Fill out your team with a bunch of good, solid role players, guys that could be borderline all-stars. You know, lots of teams could offer the Brooklyn Nets that offer for Kyrie Irving. You don't need all this superstar power. You don't need it. You know, you're going to need a legit second option on scoring. But go out and get yourself all these other players, you know. You know, you could probably stag up a Kemba Walker who's probably going to get bought out, you know. Get these solid role players, and you'll be okay. You know, he's a former All-Star. That's a good player. The Lakers should pick up a Kemba Walker. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, you don't need all these All-Stars on your team no more. You know, but Kevin Durant can go to a team like Miami Heat, be instant title contenders. You know, so that would be the third option for Kevin Durant to go to. So he got his options if he leaves the Brooklyn Nets, and shit is about to hit the fan because if the Brooklyn Nets fail to lock these guys, I still believe Kyrie Irving was calling bluff, but I think it came back to shot him in the foot. But that's the thing about starting trouble. Sometimes if you're a bully, you punch somebody in the face, sometimes they punch you right back. And now the Brooklyn Nets are punching Kyrie Irving right back. They say, okay, we call you bluff. Because at the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets don't really need you. You know, they're a business. They don't need Kyrie Irving the way Kyrie Irving needs them. Kyrie Irving is the worker. The Brooklyn Nets, they're going to have people buy their tickets and watch their games regardless anyway. So what do you do if you're the Brooklyn Nets? Okay, You can sign in. We trade you for a bunch of draft picks, and we become the new Memphis Grizzlies and the OKC Thunder of the future. We don't give a fuck because people are gonna buy tickets and support the team regardless anyway because it's in New York and it's in Brooklyn. And as a New Yorker, I could tell you off the bat that New Yorkers will go to any sporting event. You know, that's just how we are. We're hardcore when it comes to sports. So you don't need Kyrie Irving to fill up those ticket seats. It is what it is. Sports out. Peace.